Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Just before I get started with this video, because I always forget to do this, don't forget to pop us a like on the video if you like it. Leave us some comments down below, let us know how you're getting on, what you're up to, and subscribe and hit the notification bell to be alerted of every time we post a video. So today I'm just going to vlog the day today, see what we get up to. But first of all, we are at the local hospital because Mum is getting Botox. So Mum is the least vain person in the world that I know, so she would not get Botox for vanity purposes. She gets them for medical purposes. So I will ask Mum in a second what her Botox is for. So here's Mum. Hello. So, do you want to tell us why you get Botox and where?
I get Botox in my left lower leg, and it's to stop the muscle spasms because I have dystonia.
Do you want to tell people a little bit about dystonia? You've never heard of it?
Dystonia is a neurological muscle condition that a message from the brain gets muggled up, so my foot turns inwards when I walk.
Is it painful?
Very. It's like walking on a sprained ankle permanently.
Ouch. We think I might be developing dystonia because the conditions that I have in my back and the spinal surgeries that I've had. Mum's had the surgeries 3 times, and she started around well, her back problem started when she was much younger, but she started having surgeries around the same time I did, or around the same age I did. And I have the same sensations in my lower right leg as Mum gets in her lower left leg. But my foot seems to turn outwards and Mum's turns inwards. But that's just how the condition affects different people in different ways.
Yes, a lot get it in the neck and their eyes, and I think I'm quite fortunate in my foot in one respect, to be honest.
Yeah, I think as far as dystonia goes, it's probably, it's never a good thing to get, but the fact that you've got it in your foot and we think I've got it in my foot, or our leg should we say, it doesn't affect, it affects our daily life quite massively at times, because obviously we sometimes struggle with walking. Mum uses a wheelchair quite a lot, more so at the minute, but she's also now got a sore arm, which is another problem, but she can't push herself in a wheelchair, so that's a big thing. COVID's actually been not a good thing for us in the sense that the virus has been good, but the fact that we've not been able to go out means that we have been able to give our bodies a little bit of the rest that they needed. So that doesn't mean that our conditions have improved any, but we've just not been stressing our bodies out by overusing them. So we're going to go inside shortly and get the injection. I'm going to go in with her and see if they'll let me come in, because I pushed the chair, but if not, I'll come back and wait in the car.
Okay.
So we're in the hospital, in the waiting room. We've just come and checked Mum's temperature, and they had to check mine as well, because obviously I have to stay with her. So now we're just waiting. Mum's been sitting behind a mask. My hat's not even on straight. My ears are all stuck out. Oh dear.
No fashion show, we're in hospital.
Oh well. So we're just waiting to be called in now. If I can get some footage while we're in there, I will. If I can't, then I won't. We'll see how it works.
Use what's called Dysport, but it's all basically the same.
I've read it on the Dystonia site, and some say they use the Dysport and some say another one.
Yeah.
Depending how it affects you, like.
There are 4 main ones, 3 of which are used as the kind of first line treatment, but it largely depends. They all do the same thing, and they've all got evidence for doing the same thing, so there's no suggestion you do any better on one than another.
Yeah.
The main reason is because hospitals have different arrangements with the companies in terms of the prices that they can buy them for, so they usually go with the one that's the most economical and works out the best value for money. But they all do, there's no suggestion one's better than another for any particular condition, so as long as it's still working for you, there's no reason to switch to it.
Yeah, no, it definitely works.
Good.
How much is this?
Skin's awful, isn't it?
I'm going to cramp.
Yeah.
This is 100.
Name it twist to break before we start.
No, it's right. You'll learn. Hopefully not bend a needle.
Bend the needle.
Yeah, Mr. Marshall did it a couple of times when it's been tight.
You're so strong. Bend the needle. You know there was this young diver for the English diving team, Olympic team. I probably know the name, but I can't remember now. They used to have use special needle for him because any needle they would use on the abdominal musculature used to bend.
Sometimes it helps if I just, if somebody gets hold of my foot and just straightens my foot into a proper position. Too tight. Giving you trouble.
No, I'm going to give it in two places rather than one.
Yay!
There's been a couple of times, hasn't there? Mr. Marshall's gone in and hit a nerve with the needle.
Yeah.
Oh, you nearly hit the roof then, don't you?
He didn't do it much, bless him.
Who was more scared, him or you?
Him, because he had to take it back out back the same way. While I were on the roof. He also got blood in the needle once. He didn't know how we'd done that. And he was like, "I'll have to change it." I said, "For the cost of that, just get it in me like it's mine. It's my blood." I did ask if he could do my eyebrows first, but
The last one is the Tibant, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where's the most common place that you give Botox for dystonia?
Probably the most common is in the neck, because
Neck.
neck dystonia is the most
That.
common form, really. So we do a lot of injections, not always using this technique, but just.
That makes me cringe. I'm so glad it's in my leg and not my neck.
Tibant, isn't it?
Yes, 100 units.
All done?
There was nothing left over.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
There was nothing left over.
Okay, so it's been about a week since you had your injections. So
10 days, isn't it? It was 7 days on Friday.
Yeah, something like that. So how does your leg feel?
It's not as painful. It's not as twisted. So that's good. So it takes 7 to 10 days normally. So I'm guessing in the next few days it will get better as it goes on. Especially because I'm not using it at the minute. Because I'm stuck.
So Mum's back has gone back into spasm recently, which has pretty much left you housebound, hasn't it, for a few days?
Bedbound. Never mind housebound. Can't get up.
But we just keep trying little bits, getting her walking around the house, just stretch it out. The worst thing you can do with a bad back is lay in bed for 24 hours because it just makes it worse. So how long does it normally last once you've had the injection?
It lasts 3 months. So in between each one I get 4 months donor. So I usually suffer the 2 weeks after they've done it, 2 weeks before they're due to do it. So we'll see with this one because he did put a lot in, didn't he?
He did. As you saw from the bit in the middle where we showed you the injections, he actually injected 3 syringes into 5 areas.
Yeah.
Whereas the previous doctor used to do 2 syringes into 3 areas.
Yeah.
So we wasn't sure whether he'd just used different syringes or if he'd actually used a different amount. Or if it's because of the brand of Botox that he used. We're not 100% sure. It wasn't something we thought to ask at the time. But
We asked the mate, didn't we? What was it called?
you can hear it somewhere in the middle of the next bit. I will find it.
I think.
Yeah, I'll find it and put it back up, and I will put an information box at the top where you can click to find out
There's kind
more
of popular
about
ones, isn't there, for this
the
kind of condition?
where you can find out more about the condition itself and how it affects different people. So, looking at Mum's leg, let's see if we can find where the injections went. There's one right there, where she's still recovering. But
One on this side at the top. And I think he did a couple down the bottom area.
yeah, I think the one up here's gone nearly.
Yeah, the one further down than that one was bruised somewhere, but I think that's...
Yeah, it's hard to tell because Mum has all these markings. I'm being very careful not to touch them because
They're all right,
they do.
they're all right.
They can set off nerve pains. But these are from a condition called granuloma annulare, which we are not 100% clued up on. We just know it has some effect to do with diabetes. But it just came up one year as these, and they spread upper body. She's actually got some on that leg, which that's how we know it's nothing to do with the dystonia, because she's got them on both legs and she has them up her back as well. But we're learning about that one still. But if sometimes they get raised and itchy, and if she touches them, it sets off all kinds of nerve signals. And sometimes in the summer they go a little lighter, don't they? Because
they get a tan, they tend to fade into the background. But also when it's my sugars are under control, it does fade. But then it seems to come up with a vengeance, and then they start spreading. So they're on my back as well, aren't they? And they're really itchy on my back. They're horrible.
Yeah.
But you can't scratch them.
But just going back to the dystonia, if you can see Mum's feet in a natural position, you can see how that one stands up nice and straight, as it should. But this one turns inwards. And this is quite good at the minute because she had the injection 10 days ago. It will probably go a little straighter over the next few days. But as the injection wears off again, it probably turns to about there at its worst.
Yeah.
And then when she goes into cramp, it almost comes back up and touches her shin. And that's when I have to get in then and stretch it back out. So that's all the information we have this week on Mum's health. So there's not much point saying I hope you feel better soon, because this is going to be the rest of your life, isn't it, really?
Yeah, I've had it since I was a bit younger.
Not giving away her age over there. So we are looking into finding me a neurologist who will have a look at me and see if I've got it. We never get anything without the other one getting it, do we? We follow each other one way or another. But yeah, for this week, that's that. If you have any medical issues that you think people would be interested to know about, let us know in the comments down below. Otherwise, as I said at the beginning, give us a big thumbs up, subscribe down below, and hit that notification bell so that you know every time we post a video. We'll see you in the next one.